Okay, chapter 6, week 4, reflection. This chapter, I think, was the one I found the most interesting so far, anyways, because it dove into a lot of like deeper ideas, I guess, than just like the history or things like that. And a lot of the topics like perception really fascinated me. And I wrote in my forum about the quote by C.S. Lewis that said, like, about perception, about how, like, people, whatever they're saying, however you're hearing it, has a lot to do with where you're standing and what you can see, and like where they're standing and what they can see. And I just thought that was so cool, because two people can, like, you can have a conversation with someone and you walk away feeling really encouraged by it and thinking, oh, that was like such a positive interaction. And then the other person could feel the exact opposite, even though like you both heard the same conversation, but you experience it differently because you perceive things differently than different people. And that has to do with just a whole host of things. And so, I don't know, I feel like I have learned this more and more throughout growing up. So a little bit of a more personal side to the reflection. I used to be a pretty insensitive person because I didn't understand. I just didn't like the compassion, stuff like that does not come naturally to me, because I thought like, oh, if I'm saying something that's true, then like, why wouldn't people believe it? Like, or like, why does it matter how I say it? Like, I really didn't get it. Like, I was like, well, I'm right, like, and you're wrong. Like, isn't that enough for you? Like, I just thought everyone was like, oh, okay, or, and I just didn't have a lot of like softness or sensitivity or understanding that people perceive things differently, even if like you're saying what you think you're saying, you think they hear exactly what you're saying, they might be offended or take something differently than you think. And I don't know, so reading that was very helpful for me, and I've seen it come into play already in my life. But then just like diving into more about like my own perceptions of situations and how they can be inaccurate and things like that is just, it's just building upon this idea, and I have a lot to grow from it. And then especially when you bring in the factor of like coming from different cultures, like people interculturally communicating, so it's just like layers and layers to keep understanding. And yeah, so I found this chapter very interesting, especially diving into some like American cultural values that I didn't associate to be only American, like the freedom and individualistic thing I knew, but like, I don't know, it just dove deeper into it, and like how some cultures have way more of a collectivist mindset and like a power distance versus like a democracy. So yeah, good chapter, good learning experience.